subscribers, and welcome to my latest movie review. Today I review Beast. Starring Idris Elba. Beast. Basically, the plot of this film is it begins with Idris Elba and his two daughters. In the movie, he has two daughters, and they go on holiday to the safari in Africa, and they meet up with a friend called Martin, and they go on a tour of the savannah, so to speak, until evil lion starts attacking them and the pride, and basically it then becomes a fight for survival in which Elba has to defend his family. Well, to be honest, this movie didn't really interest me, but I went to see the movie because there was fuck all else on. There really is not much out at the moment, so my options were limited. I didn't really care for this movie that much. It looked kind of what it was, and yeah. I knew that this movie wasn't going to be good. I knew it was going to be exactly what it was, which is fine. But the movie could have perhaps used a bit more substance than it had. You know, I would have thought that there would have been a bit more than just, oh, you know, man and daughters go on holiday, man and daughters get attacked by a lion. You know, that's it. I mean, they do try to add a bit of emotion into the film with the family dynamic. There's this forced family plot in which the girl's mum died of cancer, and the family are quite dysfunctional because of that, and Elba has to kind of rebond with his daughters, so to speak. And whether that actually happens is anyone's guess. So, yeah, watch the movie and find out. But that felt very forced and very contrived and kind of like, you know, it had to be there because it was like, oh, okay, we better write in some character development. It can't all just be, you know, Idris Elba fighting a lion. That's all it really is. There's not much to this movie. The suspense is not that particularly engaging. It just bored me, this movie. This movie really bored me. It did not engage me at all. Even the action scenes were kind of pathetic. You know, the final scene where Elba actually fights the lion in a proper one-on-one confrontation, you know, what the hell? You know, that was so dumb. It was just ridiculous. Of course he's going to get cut and injured because he's going up against a lion, for God's sake. You know, it's not as if that wasn't going to happen. I will say this. The kids are good in it. The acting is pretty decent in the movie. Like, Idris Elba is good. He puts on his American accent again, and he does do a decent job. And the girls that play his daughters are good. And, of course, the guy that plays his best friend is also good. So, like, the four main characters they're good. You know, they work fine. They're serviceable enough for what this movie is. And I think the scenery and the locale is very nice. We don't often see a movie set in Africa, in the savannah. But, really, this movie is nothing. Like, literally, it's nothing. It's a turn-your-brain-off, fun romp. If you like sort of just plain old action movies with not much of a story, then you'll probably enjoy this, but honestly, I just didn't enjoy it. I found myself getting very bored. Although, that being said, the movie isn't that long. It's just over 90 minutes. I think it's not hugely long, so the pace is more or less consistent. Although it does take time to build up, I'll say that much. I do quite like the music score. I suppose the music is quite good. There are a couple of good tension moments, but you don't need to see this film, you know, unless you don't want to think about it too much and you just want to turn your brain off and enjoy, then go ahead. And even the CGI on the lion looks pretty pants, to be fair. It doesn't look that realistic, so that took me out of the movie as well. That didn't really help me engage with it all that much. Ultimately, I don't know what else to say. I was just bored. I was bored to crap by this movie. And it wasn't good. Like I said, there's a few minor things that are good in it, but I didn't like it, you know, and I knew I wasn't going to like it. I was the only one in the screen. Yeah, that's how little people there were. But, you know, this movie may appeal to, like, the lowest common denominator. It's so formulaic. It's the most bland, generic thing. You know, we've seen so many films like this before. It's just a plain old action movie with no substance, you know. You know, I'm worried that Idris Elba is going to end up being typecast in these roles, a bit like Liam Neeson was. You know, he was just cast in those hardcore action films, and that's just all he did for the rest of his career, and that's all he's doing. But whatever, if you like this film, that's good for you, but if I were to sort of sum it up and rate the movie, I would probably give this movie 3 out of 10. Yeah, it's not good. And I feel like the title Beast is kind of pathetic as well. It's like they couldn't think of another title. Literally like that was a placeholder title, and they haven't bothered to change it. It's kind of strange in that regard, but oh well. So those are my thoughts on Beast. What do you think of this film? Please comment down below. Let me know. Please hit the like and subscribe button for more content to come in the future. I will be reviewing more movies. I do appreciate the like and support and all the comments. So thank you very much. So until next time, thank you very much all for watching. And as always, I'm Mr. TARDIS11. See ya.